Yo, what's good, man? It's me. It's your boy Keo, man. Keo speaks back at it again. Yeah, so guess what, man? We got some news to talk about today, man. One of the big stories in the sports today is the one, the only Lane Kiffin, man. He was the former head coach of at Ole Miss, and he has left Ole Miss, agreed to a big deal worth 91 million for 7 years. He's going to be making about 13 million a year, man. That's a lot of money. He's going to be the second highest coach behind Kirby Smart, man. But this is what it's not about, man. There's some drama into it, man. It's not about, if LSU's going to be a better team, if you could turn LSU around. It's about the drama behind it. And the drama behind it is, we know that Ole Miss is 11-1. They're on verge to make the college football playoffs. And, and he is not going to be finishing with the team. He is gone. He is out of there. He already had a press conference at LSU, and he was announced a new team. And the drama behind it was that he wanted to finish coaching the team, but the athletic director from Ole Miss says, "Hey, you are not allowed to finish coaching the team." And that's exactly what he wanted to do. And a lot of people have some mixed feelings about what Lane Kiffin did. He, basically he left the team. He left a playoff, possibly national championship team to go to LSU. Um, I don't have a problem with it. I don't. I actually don't have a problem with it because people don't understand how the college football calendar works. So normally, if you want to get rid of a coach, it has to be sometime like around like the October or November, October or the beginning of November. If you really want to get rid of a coach or fire them, because the college football calendar national signing day is actually in the first week of December. Um, So that's the first week of December, and around in January is the once the transfer portal opens. So basically, the athletic director didn't want Kiffin to finish coaching the team because it kind of finds a way to lure players into the new team that he saw and possibly getting to go to LSU, coaching staff also, and that's the reason why behind it though. So and Lane Kiffin, he found a way to build his reputation back because it was a bad reputation from what he's done in the past. From he got fired the you know a week before the national semifinal game by Nick Saban when he was in Alabama. He had that 1 year with of Tennessee, which didn't go well. We all know what happened to USC. And then he did and then he went to the small school with Florida Atlantic, and then when a big school finally called him back, he kind of slowly rebuilt his reputation, and then this happens, and his reputation is back down once again. So it's like that with Lane Kiffin, though. I'm not surprised by this at all. We know Lane Kiffin was not going to stay at Ole Miss. It's Ole Miss at the end of the day. I'm sorry. If it was me, I'm taking LSU over Ole Miss. LSU is probably one of the best coaching jobs there. Great at recruiting, also. The program is great. They got a tradition, they got the history. Outside of Brian Kelly, you look at the past three coaches with Saban, Les Miles, Ed Orgeron, all won national titles, and he wanted to do that. And and obviously, that was his decision. He said it was a family decision, and he did what he had to do. He did say that he wanted to finish coaching the team, though. I don't have a problem with that because if I'm the one that built this program and made Ole Miss to the dominant program it is today, then why not? I built this program. I brought these recruits in. Why wouldn't I be able to finish in coaching the team out of the respect? But that's not the way things work in college football, though, because what I don't think what's the problem with players in the transfer portal getting those NIL deals to go to different teams every year. Why can't a coach do that and get the money like that? But then again, though, man, it's Lane Kiffin at the end of the day. I think if it was anybody else, I don't think people would have a problem with it. It was if it was like somebody like a Signetti or Freeman from Notre Dame. If they did that, I don't think nobody would have a problem with it. But with Lane Kiffin, he has a history all behind this, though. So of course, people's going to have a problem and issue behind it. So he's and then the another story that comes up is that um there was reports being said that he was trying to reel the coaching staff to go to LSU, and he says that if I can't finish coaching the team, they're coming with me. And I guess the argument was intense between them and the Ole Miss officials. I don't know how true that was, though. They said players were frustrated behind the situation. Some players were supported behind Lane Kiffin in the situation, and it was just a lot boiling up behind the scenes, though. Do I blame Lane Kiffin for this? Yeah, I do blame Lane Kiffin for this, but then again, I don't blame him because he made his decision. He felt like what's best for him. If I'm a football player for the team, I would be upset because I came for this coach possibly and for this university, and for Lane Kiffin, and for him to do that, I would feel upset, feel some type of way. But if it and LSU and Lane Kiffin, he's the type of coach that wants to coach at those big programs at the big schools. He LSU is his dream job. At one time Florida was a dream job for him. So Lane Kiffin, he's gonna go. He always wanted to go with those big programs, and he feels like he could turn that program around. So why not? But all the stuff behind the scenes, I don't know how true it is, though. They saying that he was trying to bring the coaching staff there. He's saying that if you can't finish, if you ain't coming, then you ain't welcome to Baton Rouge ever. That's what he said. I don't know if he really said that, but he said in his own words, though, he said, that's their decision what they want to do. So I don't know, man. I don't know. This is wild. This is crazy. We're not even talking about Lane Kiffin as the LSU new head coach and what they could possibly do moving forward next season. We're talking about the drama behind it. Him leaving a playoff team. That's what we're talking about. Him leaving a playoff team, leaving those players. I felt like this could have waited because we let Harbaugh wait. And when Harbaugh won the title, he made his decision and says, "Hey, I'm gone. I'm out of here." And they felt like the decision couldn't wait. I think LSU was pressing the issue. Yeah, and you can blame it on the NCAA. They the one that have this damn schedule like this. This schedule is out of whack, and the NCAA has always been to blame for quite some time with the NIL deals, the sanctions that they have, the playoff system. I don't know how many times have they changed it. BCS, the 14 playoff. Now you got the 12 team playoff. the transfer portal where players just transfer whatever they want to. I do blame it on the NCAA. I do blame a little bit on Lane Kiffin. Um, and I felt like all of this could have waited though. But like I said, National Signing Day, and they're huge on signing the future of players going to certain programs. And I do feel like this is going to have a huge impact when playoff comes though, because when they look in the playoffs, coaches do hold value though. So are they going to have Ole Miss as a 10th seed, a ninth seed, a sixth seed? Is it going to make that much of a difference? How much of the coaching staff is going to leave also? This is wild, man. This is crazy. The next interim head coach, he has to step in now. So we're gonna see what type of job he could do. And then on top of that, Ole Miss, I gotta look for a new head coach now, man. And LSU spent a lot of money, man. They said 91 million on this guy. They just finished off paying Brian Kelly 54 million, which didn't work out. So I hope LSU know what type of investment they're doing and what they're looking for. And this is the quickest LSU went to go searching and going to find for a new head coach. This was pretty quick though, and LSU was pressing the issue, and they feel like decisions need to be made, and it had to be done. But we'll see what happens though, man. Lane Kiffin, the new head coach for LSU, 91 million. Oh my God. But I'm out of here, man.